Chapter 14. A New Lead. "Harry, I'm sorry," Ginny said in bed that night, after Harry had told her about his meeting with Ambrose. "I'm so sorry." "Well, I suppose I knew he wouldn't help," said Harry, "but I had to try." "No, it's not that," Ginny explained. "I'm just really sorry I married an idiot." "What?" Harry protested. "Harry, you went to Ambrose for help. He said he wouldn't help." "Yeah, I know," Harry said. "Then he literally pointed out how he had already helped," she squealed. "He said, as you told me, how good it was that Rowle didn't get the real grimoire, because Ambrose had switched it for a fake, and he destroyed the one we'd taken from Lestrange. He had helped, and he had to remind you he had." "Oh, God, you're right," Harry exclaimed. "Don't you dare sound surprised that I'm right, Potter." He grinned. "Never. I'm surprised at how stupid I've been." "Really?" Ginny asked. "Doesn't surprise me. You're not the sharpest knife in the cutlery drawer sometimes. You're not even the sharpest thing in the sock drawer. Ambrose was being kind when he said stupidity was only in third place. And when he points out how lucky you've been, and how you should keep hoping—" "Yeah?" "Harry, he's telling you he's going to help again if he can," Ginny explained. "So why does Ambrose say he can't help, then goes and helps?" asked Harry. "I don't know," Ginny admitted. "It's like he's being watched, or he's promised someone he won't interfere, so he has to sneak around to do it. I suppose, what did you say? 9,000 years, was it? I suppose 9,000 years of being your only constant companion must do things to you." "It hurts my head to think what it must be like to be that old and that powerful," Harry mused. "Yeah, Harry, it hurts your head to think," Ginny breathed as she returned to the book she was reading. "What?" Harry suddenly said out loud the following morning. "He's let me tell Ginny all about him after all." He'd been reflecting on his talk with Ginny, and the realization had struck him. Admittedly, Ginny was one of Ambrose's favourites. It seemed a big reward for a few platefuls of cheese and bacon scones. He could not make sense of very much at the moment. The fight against Rowle and the loss of his friends and colleagues weighed on his mind. His fingers strayed to the friendship bracelet Ginny had given him to wear. Ambrose was definitely interfering. That was a given. He was helping, but he was also controlling. Was that why Harry was finding it hard to understand, even to remember at times? Was Ambrose behind all those times that Dumbledore, Ambrose's protégé, had controlled and manipulated him? Harry could feel the old despair rising around him like quicksand. His guilt at the deaths of those around him, his guilt at surviving, had threatened to drown his mind after the war. Now the same things were happening again, and once more the dull panic was crowding out his thoughts, his self, from his mind. He had needed Ginny. Ginny had talked him through the pain. She'd held him, she'd protected and supported him. Then, at just the right time, just as he had some strength returning, she had encouraged him to fight back. He had fought. He had grabbed the remains of Harry Potter, shaken him up, and put him to good use training as an aura. Harry did not want to go back to that dark place. He wanted to fight on for Ginny, for little James and Albus and Lily. Harry rubbed his eyes and put his glasses back on. The picture of Ginny in the silver frame on his desk winked at him. He smiled. There was a knock at the door. Harry cleared his throat and called, "Come in." "Hi, Harry," said Dennis Creevy, sticking his head round the door. "Receptionist said you told her to let me in." Harry stood. "Yeah, Dennis, come on in. Do you want a drink or anything?" Dennis shook his head and sat down. "No, thanks. Quick visit. I'm on my way to get a report about someone trying to breed basilisks." Oh, don't worry, he's as mad as a paper tea trolley. It's one of those interest stories that people like to laugh at. Dennis shuffled in his seat. Look, I'm sorry that tip went to hell. I heard you lost people. Sorry. Not your fault, Dennis, Harry soothed. The tip was as good as it could have been. We handled it badly, in hindsight. Maybe next time. Dennis nodded. That's why I'm here. The next time. You know where Rowle has gone? Harry was halfway to standing up, but controlled his excitement. The quicker we can get to him, the better chance we have. We could catch him before he has time to regroup. Look, Harry, said Dennis, I don't know where he is, but I've been told there's somebody who knows where he's going to be, and when. I reckon it's one of his followers. They're scared of something Rowle's doing, and they want protection. Okay, said Harry. What's the deal? Dennis leaned forward. If you find a safe place to meet, away from any other ministry staff, I'll take them to meet you there. You can then take them somewhere else that's safe for them to stay, and they'll tell you as much as they know. You have to promise that you won't arrest or charge them with anything. I guess from that it must be someone who's worked with Rowle. How do you find him to bring him to me? Harry asked. Can't say, Harry, Dennis shrugged. It's all very cloak and wand. Okay, I'll set it up, Harry agreed. How do I let you know? This afternoon, from about 4 o'clock onwards, I'll be in the pub in Godric's Hollow. Meet me there. Come with someone else. You still got some polyjuice? Good. Say, cake sniffer, so that I know it's you. And don't tell anyone else in the office. I've heard rumours. Might be nothing, but it's looking like Rowle's had the jump on you recently. Cake sniffer? Harry had to ask. Why not? It's not something people are likely to say, is it? Dennis asked. Harry went up to the bar and ordered a pint of Old Sam. He had spotted Dennis sitting in a corner. Harry, now tall, sandy-haired and paunchy, courtesy of Polyjuice Potion, wandered over. He sat down at Dennis's table, putting his pint down on a beer mat. How are you, old cake sniffer? Harry asked. Yeah, you can drop the amateur dramatics, mate, Dennis muttered. What do I call you? Harry pointed to his pint. Call me Sam. Dennis nodded. Is everything set up as we discussed? Yep, Harry confirmed. No one else knows about it. Not even the tall fellow with the earring. Dennis took a drink from his glass. And the safe place for the meeting? How about this place? Harry asked, pushing over a piece of paper. I've said nothing about why we need her house, and she's agreed to go out when I arrive. Dennis grinned. Great idea, well remembered. How soon can you get there? Let me finish my pint, Harry said. Then I'll go over and get things ready. Might even tidy up. We needed it last time we were there. Thanks, Angela, Harry said again, now back in his usual form. Angela grinned. No problem. Glad to help. I'll be in my sister's house until 10, at least. I might stay over if it's one of those wine-drinking nights. Hope whatever you're doing goes well. Bye. Harry shut the front door behind her and went upstairs. He assumed Dennis was apparating to Angela Foster's spare room. He had put some boxes from the spare room into Angela's bedroom to make space for Dennis and his guest. Harry conjured a stool so they could sit on the landing and wait. He didn't have to wait long. Wow, there's actually room, said Dennis, opening the door. Ah, Harry, this is Calpurnia Flint. Oh, hi, said Harry, reaching out to shake the nervous young witch's hand. I'm Harry Potter. I know, Calpurnia declared. Harry gave her a wry smile. I get that a lot, as you can imagine. Would you like to come downstairs? We can sit in the kitchen. It's at the back and not overlooked. I've already shut the curtains. She nodded, and they went downstairs, Harry vanishing the stool behind them. The three of them went through into the kitchen. They sat together around the kitchen table. The tabletop was sticky. Harry couldn't understand why someone for whom housework was a flick of a wand would not keep it cleaner. He drew out his own wand, and the grease and coffee stains vanished. "Dennis tells me you know where Rowle's going to be," Harry prompted. She nodded again. "He's too far gone. I don't know why I went along with the whole thing in the first place. He's gone too far this time. He got those vampires in, then he... Well, you know, you were there, you saw him." "I did," said Harry. "Look, I'm not going to ask you what your involvement was. We will give you immunity from prosecution for anything you've done in the past. And I've arranged somewhere for you to stay until we've locked all of Rowle's crew away. You'll be safe there." "Thanks," she murmured. "You came into our class once. Modern history. All my friends laughed about you afterwards. I was a Slytherin. But I thought you were all right." "Thanks," Harry smiled. "I'm sorry I got involved in this. All of this," she said. "Lestrange made it all so convincing. Then Rowle gave me a position, and all my friends thought I was cool and going places. I hate it. I'm sorry." "Well," Harry said, "now you can do something about it." She slid a piece of paper out of her sleeve and tapped it with her wand. It showed a set of numbers. "A week on Wednesday. Rowle's going to a house at these map coordinates," she said. "He's going to do a ritual there. You'll need more people. We didn't have enough last time. Take as many as you can get. There'll be a lot there, and it's a big house. I bet Rowle will have his vampire friends. The weird guy might even be there. He's the one. When he arrived, that's when Rowle went a bit mad." "Weird guy?" Dennis asked. "Who's that?" "The scary guy in the weird grey cloak," she said, her face drawn in disgust. "Like a cloud than a cloak. Watch out for him. He's pure evil." "Yeah," Harry agreed. "I think I know who you mean." Harry arranged for Calpurnia to stay at the old rectory for her safety. Ambrose had no problem in using whatever powers he needed to keep her safe. It was his and Catherine's home. He did not regard providing sanctuary as interfering. Harry was jealous of Ambrose's ability to write his own rules. He delivered Calpurnia to the house, where Catherine immediately swept her away. It seemed Lydia's mother was glad of some female company. Harry and Ambrose went to the study. "I got some coordinates from Calpurnia," Harry explained. "They tell us where Rowle's going to be holding a meeting next Wednesday evening. I wondered if you could help me work out where they point to." Ambrose took the slip of paper and glanced at it. He sat back in his armchair and stroked his beard. "I know where this is very well, Harry," he said at length. "You will not be pleased. I am afraid these are the coordinates of Malfoy Manor."